She said, since you don't have any job related works in the portfolio, we are going to lowball you. Like I told her, like I have similar projects which showcase the similar skills which I used. And they said, no, it's not going to work. We're not going to count the personal projects as like projects.
So I'll ask you a question, okay?
Yeah.
You go to a store, okay? And you ask a question, do you have dates? The store doesn't have dates. What is the answer they'll give you?
No, we don't have it.
No, you've never actually.
Actually,
that
if
only
we go
proves that
to,
you've never actually sold anything,
yeah,
right? No shopkeeper will say we don't have dates. What do they say?
they'll sell something else.
They'll say, hey, we have actually cashews, which we got.
Yeah.
This is a very, very interesting cashews. Do you want to actually talk about, like, you want not talk, but that's something which we have. Dates, yes, they're in the line. In 3 days from now, you'll actually get it. But why don't you just take the cashews, drop in your phone number, and once they're available, I'll only send it to you. Then you're sold.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
It's always about selling something. I'm telling you, it is always about how do you sell your work. The moment they enter the store and you are like, sorry, we don't have dates. So what do you do? Immediately they're like, sorry, I'm not going to enter your store. Done. Conversation over, closed. You yourself gave them the opportunity to say no because
That's
you're
true.
conscious about it. You're like, oh
Mm.
my God, I don't have real work. I don't have real work company. Interview starts. I'm like, okay, so can you please showcase your work? Sorry, I don't have real work. Is it okay if I can show you some concept project? And sorry, bro, we don't have time. Gone. Gone. Because your sales process is gone. Is itself like you're not even making them look at the potential you have. Ultimately, if you look at it, what will they do with your real project? There's nothing they can do. They won't hire you for doing that project which you're doing in the previous company, right? It's not a new company, it's a different business. So they actually don't have anything with it. But we ourselves are not selling ourselves there. So what do we do? That's when we pause. We understand the question in a deeper manner. And then we say, hey, you know what? This is not like every other project. You have to start with it. Even for this program, what did I say? The moment you came, like, okay, I'm going to totally change the way you learn UX design. I said that line first. Then it made you curious. If I started with saying, sorry guys, we won't learn this, we won't learn that and all. Yeah, we're going to learn only these 4 things. And sorry, bro, we thought a lot about you. Sorry. You wouldn't even.
Yeah.
So you need to really sell properly. Because ultimately, yes, again, you're not selling a fake thing. You're not selling something which you don't have, right? You're not faking anything over there. You're talking about it, but you're making them listen. The sale is happening because they're paying attention to you now to what you actually are. Previously, they didn't even give attention. They didn't even give the opportunity for you to express what your skills are. For that, we call this as a hook. You need to always be prepared about what your hook line is. How do I make sure people give me attention? People understand that I am a candidate worth spending the next 10 minutes for. They're not even thinking of 1 hour, 2 hours. They're only thinking 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Make them believe that next 10 minutes is going to be worth their time. We're going to work on that. We're going to work on how we build this hook line. How do we make sure that they get this? But once we do that, then nicely, concept project, any project, they will listen to your childhood stories of how you played with Legos. I did these things. I got 2x offers by just talking from my childhood, nothing else. Got the answer? So we'll work on it. So ultimately, it all makes sense only once we start working on it, right? That is when you will really be able to believe that you have the skill, and then you will start working on how do you sell yourself very well.
Yeah, definitely. There's one small question. It's not a like yes or no kind of thing, just like the assignment question. So what happened? I had like a interview 2 weeks ago, and that guy, like he basically gave his entire website, the link and everything. He wanted me to do a competitive analysis and the redesign of the entire the landing page. That is the assignment. I said no, I can't do it, and he said it has to be done within 15 minutes. I said I can't do it, and he just like he just left the call. He didn't even say bye. He just left the call. I was like, what is wrong with these people?
No, it's a valid exercise.
That yeah, it is exercise, not an assignment.
No, again, it's okay. So again, it is because of some misconceptions. Because he's giving 15 minutes, a designer will be able to design even in 1 minute. Forget 15 minutes. When you are the designer, if you are a cricketer, can you play cricket for 1 minute? That's the point. Anyway, so that's the fancy answer, but the real thing I'll tell you. So anyway, you'll do the same thing here as well in the project, right? We're going to actually understand the current experience. We're going to critique it. We're going to appreciate what is working. We're going to relate with business goals, and we're going to redesign it. Okay. And the analogy I give here is many people, when they say redesign, what they do is a tire got punctured, so they go and fix the punctures, right? But that is different from actually redesigning the tire so that next time it will get lesser punctures. You get the analogy?
Yeah.
Right? That is what a product designer does. Creates a product so that it gives a better experience, not just simply fix punctures in a project. Anyway, so coming back, so we're going to do that anyway in the Ignite project, but let us say in 15 minutes, okay? Immediately in 15 minutes, the clue is very simple. If you only have very less time, the first thing which you'll have to use is fundamental principles. You look through the lens of fundamental principles. The word lens is very important. You are seeing things. That's why it's eye of a designer. Things differently as the eye of a designer. You start seeing things with fundamental principles. For example, fundamental heuristic principles, right? Immediately use those lenses, immediately identify things to change. In first 5 minutes itself, hey, you know what? I'm using this lens of recognition rather than recall. Where are the users trying to remember things instead of they being recommended something immediately? You say it out loud, you think like this, you will find 3 opportunities, you will write them down. Next one, you will say help and documentation. Where the users being help, is there proper help, is there proper documentation available? You write down 3 issues regarding that. Immediately you'll find, we will start seeing it. Because there'll always be issues. Google.com also will be issues. Facebook, there'll be issues. Any product, there'll be issues. That's the good part. You start seeing things in the lens of a designer, right? You'll always find experience gaps because that's where they're also building. Now you'll write, okay, so then there are 10 principles like this. On top of it, there are gestural principles also, 5 principles, 5 to 6 major principles. There are a lot of gestural principles. And then there are multiple other UX laws, right? So looking at all these things as lenses, in 5 minutes itself, you will have 6 to 7 things which you will want to change immediately. Next 2 minutes, you will say 6 things can be done, but all these things cannot be done in the next 10 minutes. Therefore, I'm going to prioritize and choose one out of these 6. I'm going to converge. I have diverged, but I'm going to converge. When I converge, I'm going to take prioritization on which feature is important. Not just on what is important for the user, but also what is important for the business. What will lead to what metric? If I fix this, will it lead to more conversions? Will this be more retention? Will this be more daily activities? What will happen? You'll relate it. In the next 2 minutes, you'll relate that. I'll say, okay, because of that, so now I want to, you can actually go ask, like, what do you think the focus should be? Should it be conversion, retention? You'll say daily active users. I want more people to come to this website on a daily basis. Okay, great, daily active users. That means more types of people should discover this particular website. So out of these six issues, I found this one, which can actually fix, will make sure more types of people will actually come. So next 5 minutes, all you do is start solutioning it out. Right? You'll quickly make sketches and say, hey, you know what, this is how I'll improve basic things. The affordance of this is already built in. It can perform this action, but the communication is gone. People are not able to realize it. I'll just fix the signifier of it. I'll make the visual changes here. I'll change the elements over here and then done. Already people can discover that we can offer 3 services. Because 3 services are offered, 3 different types of people can now start using this website, and therefore different types of people also come, and therefore it will increase the daily active users. 1 minute remaining. You have any question, you ask me.
Instead of outright saying no, we can actually, I can sell myself, like, I can do this, I can do that. Yeah,
no, that's it. This is the 15-minute project.
Yeah.
It is going to be there on your paper. All this is going to be there on your paper. You do this, they're going to give you a full-time job, 2xing your salary, I'm telling you. That's the thing, bro. It is, anyway, you'll learn this. I'm not saying you'll not learn this, but you saw the example, right?
Yeah.
In 15 minutes, I already can tell you how to make any product better, for sure, with a sketch on the paper, with a direct relationship to how will it impact a business, with the lens of a principle which will tell me backwards from how users behave. Because fundamental principles are written backwards from user behavior.
Exactly, yeah.
Recognition rather than recall. When you say, what does it mean? Most people very quickly recognize something than trying to recall. Because getting into your memory is very difficult. But if I quickly see something and recognize it, I can immediately get the pattern. So fundamental principles are written backwards from human behavior. So we are being human-centric. I don't have to talk to 5 people enough. I can go backwards from my fundamental principles. It's already telling me how humans behave. Done. My research is done. Right? This is how we learn. That is what becoming a real designer means. Then even 1 minute, 2 minutes, 15 minutes, 3 hours, 1 hour, then also you can say, suppose you give me 3 hours to do this project, this is what I will do. Suppose you give me 6 months to do this project, this is what I will do. You can add these 2 lines in the next 1 minute you have. Got it, Sai?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that is.
We'll work towards this. Obviously, you'll be like, Anudeep, how will I be able to tell this answer? And only with the practice. Once you work, you'll also become that person, and then you'll also be able to talk like this.
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
Yes. Okay, Sai. Awesome. Okay. Yes, come on. Rajan, you want to talk?
This tag of pressure, like this is always something I struggle with, because what happened, like I'm not from a UX field. I started doing this like 6 months back. So then like recently what happened, I got an opportunity in Bangalore. So they discussed everything. I started talking about what is the salary, what is the stipend. I put that forward very clearly. Okay, so they were also very interested in my work, whatever I had done. Then they were like, they gave me certain, okay, we are going to give you this. And I was like, ma'am, it's not possible for me because I have to shift to a new city. I have to live there. Also, it's a kind of a problem because then it will be a survival issue. Then how will I work in
Correct.
my most optimum state? So then what happened? The HR called me, and I don't know, I should call it a very aggressive tone, but she just told me, you're a fresher. Why are you asking? This is so much for a fresher. And like there are people who are working in 10,000 rupees, 20,000. They are coming from Assam, and she's trying to give examples. They are living, and we are giving you so much. I'm like, ma'am, these are the things I've discussed with people. Not doing this like on some estimate, but I'm ready to work. It's a lot of learning and growth there, but still economically it's not working. So there I felt like there was some kind of pressure tag that probably have to break. Is there something like that, or is it because of me they are putting that pressure tag specifically?
Wonderful question, first of all, because a lot of people experience this. Okay. It's a real situation. Okay. What you are in is not a, don't feel that you are in a wrong situation. It is just you or something like that. Many people experience this. Okay. First of all, first part of the answer. Okay. Classic case of fishing in the wrong pond. You are actually Pushpa. Okay. You watched Pushpa?
Yeah, yeah.
Pushpa had the potential to literally rule the entire mafia. He took charge of the entire mafia. But what was he doing when he started? 500 rupees job. He was just waiting there, sitting to be picked. Whoever comes, he'll just go. That is what you are doing.
Yeah.
You understood, right? You are going to a place where they are like just hiring people, just basis, some common basic qualities. 10,000 rupees, 10,000 rupees. Whoever is there, come. Wrong place, first of all. Because they don't want people who can think. People who think will not work for 10,000, bro. If I hire someone for 10,000, I will absolutely lock their brain. I'll say, don't do anything else. Simply only do this particular work. This is what I'm going to give you. And these are the charges for doing that. Nothing else. 3 hours you work, this much I will pay. Hourly rate. Right? You're going to the wrong place. If you go there, you are giving logical reasoning for them. They won't even understand because they don't even want you to use your brain. Done. So it's good. Good that you didn't even join. Right? It's good. That's the first part of the answer. The second part, okay, fine. Even if, let's say, the company is good, you know that someone else is working there and you like, that's a good culture and all, but it happened to be that one person is trying to, that enthusiastic HR is going to just negotiate and capture the good in you and reduce your pay because that's good for the business. All this, like, I'm also going to do that. If I'm going to hire someone, I'm going to do that. I'm going to be like, come on, Ra, everyone is getting only this much. I don't think I can give you this much. Come on. So I will do that. That's a part of a negotiation game. Because after that, then I'll be nice with you. At that point, I'll be there. You'll accept 25,000 salary. And I'm like, okay, come, done. Like, see, I'm feeling 25 is too less. But anyway, so what in this conversation, we are at 10. Let us say, I'm like, I'm going to negotiate with you. That's going to be very natural. Then what does it mean? We should be very good at negotiating ourselves also. How do we make sure that if you invest 50K in me per month, right, which is also less, which is 6 LPA, which I'll say is less for a proper UX designer who creates value. Do not care about what they say about industry standards. Everyone is taking this. I can get a lot of people from Assam, whatever. You said Assam. What is this?
Yeah, they were comparing with like Assam or
care.
something. Yeah.
I don't care because ultimately you find one person who can impact a business It is not equal to hiring 100 people from anywhere else. By the way, they are wrong about Assam. Assam has amazing designers. So, okay. But I don't care about it. I mean, you won't say that, but you should not care about it because that's a very bad negotiation reason. Saying that everyone else is available for this and all, like, great, I'm damn sure that there are a lot of people who can work for this particular budget. And as a company, you can always hire such people. But the reason you and me are having a conversation right now means that has to mean something. So I'm going to focus on that and I'm going to talk about how is it that I can impact your business. I'm going to talk about those are actually paid 15 LPA. Probably you don't have that budget, but imagine that you're giving me 15 LPA, right? What if I am someone who can actually take ownership over these kind of, I can work with the 3 product managers sitting out there. You have how many product managers you said you have? Like 3 product managers. I can work with the 3 product managers, and in your daily budgets of, let's say, marketing spend, you're spending like 2 lakhs per month or something, 2 lakhs per day. If you're spending, I'm someone who can work on projects which can reduce the marketing budgets because I can drastically improve conversions and retention and all just through communication changes. Now compare that to paying this 50,000 to me. I don't think, the moment you talk like this, it's done because you are negotiating now. They'll be like, okay, I'm too underqualified to even to have a conversation with you. Let me actually make you talk with someone who's senior, and they will decide whether to hire you or not. They will hire you because now they will have a proper value-based conversation. Oh, can you really impact conversions? Can you show me an example of how you think you can impact conversions? Done. Now they are talking. Then let us say if they reject you, no problem. Great. You put your effort to sell something. It did not sell. No worries. Great. But ultimately, there will be some company which will want you for that reason. That match will happen. Right? But you have surpassed that layer of, hiring all the people who just work for those without the brain. You've passed that layer. You're not in that pond anymore. You're talking to someone different.
Got it. Yeah.
Happened to many
Right.
students of me, happened to me myself. This is literally my first, I was out of college. So my campus placements were supposed to happen next semester, but I was way too enthusiastic. I was like, okay, now let's me just go and search. I went to a startup and I walked there. Okay, it was in Hyderabad. I walked in. Okay, I knew they were hiring through some contacts. Walked in and then said, okay, fine, I want to apply for this. Like, okay, fine, write this exam, whatever. They gave some sheet exam. It was not even in UX. I was not even a designer. I didn't even know that design existed. That's the thing at that point of time. So I wrote this exam, and the HR took the exam. Like, okay, saw that and like, okay, nice. And then I was like talking nicely. I was talking. She herself called. Okay, I don't think I'm qualified enough to talk to you. Let's actually go and bring. And she brought a senior manager. He spoke to me. I said, okay, done. We can start working. Done. Hired. Right. And then it happened that for some reason they actually had to close the role. It was 6 months were there because my semester has to finish my final year of college. And by the time I was joining, they had to reverse the offer. Okay. So multiple people were there, and I was also there. So they had to reverse the offer. So I again went to there because at HR I spoke, so I met her and was like, okay, what's happening? And I was like, and then I started speaking. So like, okay, fine. Let me actually make you talk with the CEO of the company. So directly I spoke with the CEO of the company. Went into the interview. All I did was I pitched about how I'm an enthusiastic person. You tell something, I will enthusiastically do it. I'm not someone who will just do it because you told me something. I'll do it with a lot of enthu. I learn more about it. I'll read these books. I've read this book. I've read that book. I want to experiment on this lean startup approach. I saw there was this lean diagram was there actually because a startup diagram was there. So I noticed it and I read it in the lean startup book. I immediately started relating things and like I want to do this experiment, that experiment. Let's do this. Done. Hired. Immediately it was like okay, start working. The other people did not get the offer. Right, their offers were rejected. I was instantly there. Next day I started working. Again, simple. All this entire thing is about how do you make sure you sell yourself, put your foot in the door, how do you talk, how do you make sure that you get your voice heard to the right kind of people, talk business, who will not work with you. And I was so lucky because the initial job had 50 layers between the CEO and me, but this job I was directly working with the CEO of the company. And I learned a lot. I can I can tell the name. I was working with this company called Zipper, and this founder name is Aditya Vuchi. Amazing guy, right? Now he has exited. Like now he has become an investor. Yeah. So amazing guy. I've learned a lot from him. A lot more experiences later also happened in my life, but yeah. So I'm so happy that thing actually got. They were reversing the offers, and like if I was like, okay, that's what is happening to freshers. Most freshers are losing their jobs right now. If I only accepted that, gone, I wouldn't probably have had that job or like whatever that entire opportunity. We should never listen to these things, man. I'm telling you, because you need to understand one truth: the companies are desperate. If an investor is putting money in some product, they are desperate to hire talent. Always note this down. You should never go by these mass numbers which say that, hey, you know what, everyone is being rejected, so many, there are no UX designer roles right now, nobody is hiring, everyone is getting rejected. Do not go by these things. You are not, there is no competition. Like thousands of people are doing useless stuff. They are not even capable. They are not even designers. They just decided one day they'll call themselves as designers and did one random course and one templated portfolio. They are not even our competition. Right? They are being rejected. Irrelevant people are being rejected. But people who are relevant, they are being desperate to hire these people. We need to completely surpass this. We need to play a totally different game over here. Got it? Huh? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
6 more calls, you'll become this person. Now it's, oh my God, how do I do all this? 6 more calls. You do a good project, you talk like this, you engage in the group activities and all that stuff. Done. It will happen. Yeah. Awesome, Radhan. I'll add one more small advice. Never, never accept a role if you think it's going to be a big compromise for you, for the way you live and your everything. Never accept the role. It's better to not work. It's better you just go somewhere. What's your age right now?
I'm 21.
Ray. First I should have heard that. Then I should have spoken. This answer is relevant to everyone, but next 4
I'm too
years.
young or too
No,
old.
no, no, listen, listen. For the next 4 years, until you're 25, even if you don't work anywhere, just travel, know about products, talk to founders, go to these things. Whatever you do is going to be more valuable than getting stuck doing a 10,000 rupee job. I'm telling you, do not waste your time getting into these places where they give you 10,000, 20,000, right? And like what, 21 years old, how much you can make. That is not the point. Don't even go to these places. Do a good project for a startup. Of course, never work for free. I never ask you to work for free. But then go pitch yourself. For 2 days, you can work for free, for sure. Right? You can always pitch yourself to work on an interesting project. You yourself take some problem statement, do it, go back to them and have a conversation. If you can do this with multiple startups and you will learn a lot, and that itself will work as a very great experience. I'm telling you, you'll find a lot of value in 2 years. Right? No, man, don't even chase the wrong game right now. Don't even go behind this word called settled life. If you want settled life, I am having a settled life. I'm telling you. Okay. I have done 7 years. I worked in Amazon, one of the best jobs out there. Before I got to Amazon, I got into Amazon by doing all these crazy stuff. That's why I got into Amazon. And I could comfortably quit Amazon, making 5x of what Amazon is paying. And I am having a settled life. This is the mentality you need to have. This is the actual settled life. I'm so happy. Like now I'm talking to you nicely, delivering. Like, I'm so happy doing this. I don't feel like this is work for me. This is settled life. Every moment of whatever you're doing, you should feel very happy and fulfilled and becoming valuable. This is what you aim for. That means to do this, your 20s, please do not get trapped. Do a lot more. I did way more crazier things in my 20s. Did some workshops here, did some startup, that business, nothing. Did not worry about whether it will fail, this, that, whatever, will I get ashamed, this, nothing. Crazy only. Right? That's my advice. If you are 21, I wouldn't stop until 29, but I'm giving you 4 years. Do crazy stuff, bro. Crazy stuff. Okay? Awesome.
Okay, got it.
We'll talk more. I'm not going to leave you here. Yeah. Awesome.